Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl again, Irene Parkland. I am excited to be here because this is officially my second YouTube video and I'm gonna dive into it. But before I do that, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you after the break. Hey again, my name is Irene Parkland, and I am diving into how I became a nurse, how I was able to transition from Nigeria to here, and what I did and what I currently do right now. And keep watching. If you see me looking down, I just have my little book here as a guide. So I moved from Nigeria a couple of years ago, well, past a decade ago, and back home we do the thing called WAEC and NECO. I think it's like the final exam high school students take here in the States. So because they are kind of different, you will have to transition your, so I believe each state have how they do it. I'm not sure. It's like a continuing education thingy where they have to transfer your grade and grade it according to the grades here to make sure you really did pass and everything like that. So I did, that was my first step. I did that then, and then I enrolled into a college to start taking what we call prerequisites. So seeing as back home, I actually was at a college and I was studying something totally different. I was studying banking and finance, and listen, that is another story for another time, I will say that. But yeah, so coming here, I had to do something totally different, which is nursing. And yeah, so it was a whole like 360-degree change. I did that whole transition in my grades from Nigeria, and I went to apply at a community college to get my prerequisite classes. So the prerequisite classes are classes you take before you can get into a college degree level. So for people that go through high school here, they graduate from high school, they can either go to a university, which is 4 years, or go to a college, which is 2 years. So it's called a community college here, and there, if you graduate to become a nurse, you will get your degree of an associate in nursing degree. But if you go to the university where you do 4 years, you get your bachelor's in nursing. Currently, I have my bachelor's in nursing. But how the whole journey began was doing the whole grades transfer and then applying to the community college, taking some classes. You will have to speak to an advisor or just to know how this school works and what exact classes you need to take, so you don't take more than you need to and you don't waste your time going to classes for years before you actually get into the nursing program. Anyway, I took a lot of classes, but all going towards or putting towards what I need to get into a nursing program. So yes, I took those classes and then I went ahead to apply to several nursing programs, and I got into several, and I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It wasn't rosy. The whole process was daunting. I suffered a lot in school because, girl, listen, reading is a whole nother thing. But if you want to be successful, you have to, something gotta give, you know. So something did give. Something gave a lot, and but I was able to finish, and I applied to several nursing schools. I got into a community college one because that was my plan, to go to a 2-year college, because at this time I'm like in my 20s. I'm trying to finish college. I'm trying to start working before I turn 30. I had a whole plan to achieve. I had goals to achieve, and we all know what it feels like when you have goals to achieve. You feel like you don't have enough time to achieve them. That was me. Anyway, I went to a community college. I finished the first couple of semesters, and then, long story short, we heard the community college was going to close. It was no longer accredited there was several reasons because of that. So I'm here like, oh my God. And mind you, something happened a semester before this current semester this is another story entirely that we're going to go into on a separate video. Fast forward, because of the good grades I had, I was reached out to, because at this point we had the option to complete the last semester and graduate as an LPN, which is a licensed practical nurse, or we could wait and see what the school can do for us. So the school started sending our transcripts to different affiliated universities, and basically they told us to wait and see who will reach back to us. So at this time I'm like, oh child, I know they're not gonna reach out to me, you know. I might have gotten some A's there, but like those A and P classes and those like I didn't know what to expect. I'm just gonna say that. I had already like come into I just left the whole situation, and I'm like, I don't know who I was in that time, so my grades kind of like were funky a little bit, but I didn't know what to expect basically. But anyway, around that time I kept praying. Like I was going through things at that time, so I was in tune with God. I just like let everything go because I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, my whole plan to finish school at this time is not going to work anymore. Even though the university reach out to me, I will have to stay in college longer. So they did finally reach out to me. A university reached out to me. That is University of Massachusetts here in Boston. They reached out to me when I was out actually for a drink with my friend. I'm like, hi, who's this? They're like, oh, we just want to say your grades have been amazing. We got your transcript from your college, and we'd like to offer you an opportunity to come here for the nursing program. I was like, oh, thank you very much. So to me it was like, is this real? You know how some of those things feel like did this just happen to me? But anyway, yes, it did happen to me. And so I began to like kind of, I don't know, I started contemplating, do I do the LPN and just graduate and start working and start making some money, you know, and then finish school later? Or do I go to this university, what I initially wanted to do to begin with, go through my bachelor's degree and get it done? So after a lot of like contemplating and seeking advice, I went to this university. And it was an additional 2.5 years, but I'm grateful to say I graduated my nursing program with flying colors. I graduated in I believe 3 years ago now. And then after graduating from the nursing program, I went ahead to take my NCLEX. So between the time I graduated to when I took my NCLEX was a 3-month span. So I finished the program as exactly 2021 December, and then I didn't get my number to apply for my NCLEX till I believe February. And then once I got the number, there's a specific number you need to apply, I've forgotten the name now. Once I got that number, I went ahead to apply for my NCLEX, you know. So literally in a month, well, I graduated and I finished school in December, I started studying. So I started using the whole like NCLEX thingy review, went on YouTube. There's so many things I will talk about in another video on what I used to study and tips and tricks just to help some new grads or some nursing student out there. So that's how I was able to study. And then once I got my number, I registered, and then I registered for March. So March 3rd was the day I had to take my NCLEX. And I went in there like, oh my gosh, I'm totally gonna fail this, but that's okay. I will take it again. But I went in there nervous as hell, I'm not going to lie. And because you never know what to expect. And I'm being honest. This channel is about honesty. Let's be honest, okay? No judgment zone. But anyway, I did that and I came out. I think I finished the exam in 78 questions. So that was amazing. And that was how I became a registered nurse, board certified. So I didn't start practicing and working as a nurse till June of 2022. So yeah, that's how I became a nurse. And my first job at a hospital here in Boston. It's a level 1 trauma center. So it was an amazing place to work. And that's something else I'll talk about as well. Moving on, you know how you are in nursing school or you graduate from nursing school, and what people talk about is, oh, you have to go study med surg, or you have to do this, da, 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 da. And I'm like, listen, okay, everyone is saying this is the right way to go. Let me experience it. And I was able to get in, thank God. And bro, okay, so they were offering this new graduate thing for new students. They will orient you and precept you for a couple of months, just to warm your way into like the field and progress from there before they leave you alone. So I did get all the support, but it got to a point where I was struggling to go to work. Like I was working 3 12-hour shifts, even though I was being precepted. Like even though you were being precepted, you still will do the work, but you just have like this guide hovering around you, like constantly going, oh, this is what you have to do, da da da. And that can either be a good experience or not so great experience. My experience was like this person was a great preceptor, but a lot of this was going on. It just got to like a kind of like a toxic point. I didn't want to feel any kind of toxicity, I can speak, at my job. So I had to make a decision that I wasn't going to do that anymore. I would wake up every day with anxiety going into work, literally heart palpitations. I lost that was amazing. I lost like 20 pounds in like 3 months, 20 something pounds if I'm being honest. I wouldn't mind that, but then again, that's not so good the way I lost it, because that was me not eating for the entire 12-hour shifts and more. Because when I wake up at 5, I get to work before 7 a.m. I come home sometimes 8, 9 p.m. Mind you, I close at 7 p.m. So that can only explain like how crazy the job can be, how like, oh, I had to stay after and like do a lot of stuff. It was just a whole crazy moment, but I'm glad I got to experience that, because it made me realize this is not for me. Med-surg is not for me, and that's okay. No shame in that, like at all. I am totally comfortable with that decision that I had to make for myself. Okay? So anyway, moving from there, I have this friend, by the way. She's like my job guardian angel. We went to college together. That's how I got to meet her. So she introduced me to adult foster care nursing. It's a form of case management, and it's not clinical, where I got to go to the patient homes. We actually refer to the patient as members. So you go to their home, you assess them like physically, your eyeball basically, and ask questions. Have anything changed? Da, da, da. Do you need anything? This and that. So that was the job I got after my nursing job. So I did that for a year and some months, and I also worked as a psych nurse last year. So I worked these 2 jobs all through 2023, and then I worked. And currently, I would say that I left there just because we are looking for progress. Okay, don't judge me yet. I'm currently working as a nurse case manager, and my job is from home. I work remote. Well, it's a hybrid position where, let's say 80% is from home, and then 20% I still get to go see some members in the community. So yeah, I would just say that I have been so appreciative of this whole journey that has led me here, because I can finally say I have work-life balance. Oh, I'm getting there, but this is the first step. You know what I'm saying? Like when I worked in the hospital, I didn't have the time to do what's work-life balance. It's like you work for three days out of the week, and everyone is like, oh my God, you're working for only 3 days out of the week. You should be okay. No, because the remaining couple of days you are preparing. First of all, you're sleeping for the first 2 days. And then the remaining 2 days, you're freaking out to go back to work. I don't think that's okay. Okay? But this is a Monday through Friday job. This is a 8:30 to 5 p.m. job. You do get your break. And it's pretty flexible. It is a very flexible job, let me say. When people hear 9 to 5, they freak out because they're like, oh my gosh, you're spending the entire day. No, so I work for an insurance actually, and it is also a part of a type of, it is a community health nursing job. It's kind of similar to what I did as an AFC nurse, and that's called an adult foster care nurse case manager. Right now, I am a nurse case manager for an insurance company. And I go out to the community, see these members, I speak to them over the phone, but it is more of a case management job on steroids, where they need something, they need like a wheelchair, they need a blood pressure cuff, they need a cane in the community, they need a hospital bed, like anything they need, I'm your girl. I am the one that puts in these requests before the vendors can process it. So it's the doctors, it's me as the nurse case manager in the community that tries to keep the members out of the hospital and make them comfortable in their homes. So yeah, I hope this video was pretty straightforward and explained how I got to where I'm at currently. If you would like to know more, if you would like me to go in depth on what it is working as an AFC nurse, if you would like me to go in depth on how it is working as an insurance nurse and how I got here and how it is currently going, please leave a comment down below. I will be sure to read the comments and respond as well, and also create videos. If you would love to hear more about any other aspect of my life, please leave a comment down below. I will also create those videos, because once again, this whole channel is about beauty, it's about lifestyle, it's about career and career development and how I can help us get better. And in my next couple of videos, I will talk more about self-growth as well as some amazing content. And I would just like to say thank you once again for watching, and please like and comment and subscribe and follow me on social media. My name is Irene Parkland, and see you in the next video. Bye.